Good afternoon. I'm Melanie Willoughby, and I'm the Executive Director of the New Jersey Business Action Center, and I'm very pleased to be able to present to you today our Business Resource Power Hour with a group of people who are very powerful in what they do on a daily basis in delivering services and benefits to small businesses to help them thrive and grow in the state of New Jersey. We are going to get started. I know that there's still lots of people who are joining us, but the good news is that we are recording the webinar and it will be available, as well as the fact that all the slides will also be made available to everyone who's participating in the webinar today. I'd like to give you the lineup of who we have participating with us today. And we have Don Newman, who is the manager of the Office of Small Business Advocacy with the New Jersey Business Action Center. We have Nicole Russell, who's the Education and Marketing Director for the Women's Center for Entrepreneurship. We have the Jane Mayer, who's the Certified SCORE Mentor for SCORE. And we have Kelly Brosnia, who's the CEO and New Jersey Small Business Development Center State Director. I'm going to introduce each one of them as they speak. You'll get a little bit more information about their background so that you can understand the value of what you're being given today from each one of them. I want you to know that we will be taking questions at the end. And if you have any questions, please put them in the Q&A box, which is at the bottom of your screen. And we will be able to answer those questions along the way so that we can get some of them answered. Otherwise, we'll be answering questions at the end of the session after everyone has spoken. So before we start, just wanted to ask everyone to make sure that you put your mic on mute so that we are not listening to your background music, although that might be pleasant, but it might be disruptive. So thank you so much for that. I appreciate it. I'd like to start with Don Newman. Don Newman is the manager of the Office of Small Business Advocacy within the Department of State, within the New Jersey Business Action Center. As manager, he provides services to businesses of all sizes, and he has been providing these services for many, many years. With over 17 years of experience as a business advocate, he has assisted countless businesses grow and prosper in our state. So I'd like to now present to you Don Newman.
Thank you very much, Melanie. And I have to update that bio because it's now over 20 years that I've been doing this. So I want to talk to you a little bit about the Business Action Center, who we are, what we do, and some of the resources that I'm going to be talking about today are provided by our other partners here on the call today. So this is a good group of people that we work with on a daily basis. I work for the Secretary of State, who is Lieutenant Governor Taisha Way. She is the leader of our department, and also Melanie as our executive director, I'm going to just tell you that she is recognized throughout the state as a leader in economic development, recently recognized by ROI magazine. So she's well known in the business community as having a great impact on business development in the state of New Jersey. So I'm going to talk to you about the Business Action Center. So I'm not going to read you our mission and our vision. You'll get these slides and you'll be able to read about it. But essentially what we do is we try to work with the business community to increase the economic vitality of the state of New Jersey. That's what we do. And we do that through many different ways, and I'm going to show you some of those ways. But a big part of what we concentrate on is customer service, responding to your questions, getting you the answers as quickly as possible on any of your business issues. I do small business, and my message is going to be that if you have a vision for your business, you have a challenge, you have a need that you're trying to fulfill, a dream, let us work with you. Let us help you achieve that vision, overcome those challenges, and make those dreams a reality. That's what we do in a nutshell. So we're broken up into a few different units, and I'm going to very quickly go through these units so that you know kind of what they do. So our Office of Business Advocacy, they work on projects. They help businesses find real estate, build a building, get through a complicated regulatory matter. So that's the sort of the clientele that they work with. Now, that is sometimes a small business, sometimes a larger business. So we don't get into being picky over definitions. We work together as a unit. Our Office of Export Promotion helps us, especially small businesses, become part of the global economy by helping them become exporters. And we have a grant program that can help an exporter go to a trade show. We took a delegation the last couple of years, and we will be doing it again, of food and beverage manufacturers to the Fancy Food Show. And again, most of their clientele are small businesses, so we work very closely together as well, helping those businesses. Our planning advocacy team is really their main constituency are the planning units within municipalities and regional planning groups. They are right now in the process of doing hearings on the state development and redevelopment plan, which is something that's supposed to be done much more often than it has been in the past. And this is the first time in about 20 years that it's been really significantly updated. And they are out now presenting those plans to the stakeholders before adoption. One of our newer units is our Business Enhancement Service. What that team does is work with your municipalities, your special improvement districts, your UEZ zones, your downtown alliances, the management of those districts. They help those districts manage themselves properly and use best practices. So the way I kind of tie this to what I do is they work with the district. I work with the individual businesses within that district because they tend to be small businesses. So that's kind of what we do. And another group that we have is the New Jersey Cannabis Academy. That is because of some legal issues with federal funding, in order to get technical assistance in the cannabis industry, the plant touching businesses, they really need to use a different path to get that technical assistance. And that path is the New Jersey Cannabis Academy. We launched it in 2024, and it has been very successful. In fact, it's, as far as we can tell, one of the only ones in the country. And then we have the Office of Small Business Advocacy, and that's what I do. So that'll be the bulk of what I'm going to be talking about today. But sort of our taglines is, we try to help you find your answers that you need to manage your business, to help you move forward and overcome challenges and so on. We are an advocate for you, and now we reach out to other agencies and make sure that you're getting the answers that you need from them. I can't change a law. I can't get you, a license that you don't qualify for, but I can work with those agencies to make sure that you're getting the information that you need in order to resolve your issue. And we make those connections not only to other agencies, but to the types of organizations that are on this call today that you're going to be hearing about. So I put this up front, even though a lot of people would put this at the end, but I have done presentations where I forgot to tell you how to contact us. So I put this up front so that I don't forget that. First of all, everything we do is taxpayer supported. So we're not going to charge you a fee. I get that question all the time. How much does it cost? How much does it cost? you've already paid for it because the taxpayer pays for it and you pay your taxes. Everything we do is confidential, and we try to provide quick, accurate, and careful answers to your questions. You can call us, sort of the old-fashioned way to contact us, 1-800-Jersey-7. We also have a live chat feature that is available both on the state business website, business.nj.gov, which I'm going to talk about a little bit more in a minute, as well as the Business Action Center website, which is nj.gov/state/BAC. So that's how you can reach out to us, multiple different pathways. By the way, there's also a Facebook page with our live chat. The live chat is also available through the EDA. But we'll talk about that. But there are many ways to reach out to us. And at the end, I'm going to give you my personal contact information. So you're welcome to reach out to me personally. So the live chat. So business.nj.gov is run by the Office of Innovation, although we have significant input on the content. I meet with that group 3 times a week to talk to them about many different things on their website. So when you go to that live chat, it's my staff, it's the Business Action Center staff that are going to answer your questions. All right. So we're the business experts. They're the technology people, but we put things together to come up with this website. We can link directly from that website to the Division of Taxation so that you can get your tax questions answered. Employer accounts over in the Department of Labor. So you can get questions about your obligations to your employers and your records. The New Jersey Economic Development Authority, which is basically the state bank. You're going to probably hear a little bit about the SBA. They do similar things to the SBA, is that they have programs and grants that are available to a business owner. We've added another one that I don't have on this slide because it's still a pilot and it's very small. But we also now linking to the Department of Consumer Affairs for the home improvement contractor's license. That we launched that a few weeks ago because the home improvement contractor's license have some new obligations, and all 51,000 people that hold that registration need to renew over the next few months. So we're trying to make it easier for them to understand what their new obligations are. A nice feature on that site is a step-by-step personalized guide. We used to call that the Navigator, but it allows you to answer a few onboarding questions and then create what is basically a checklist of things that you need to do to operate and manage a business. We call that the roadmap, an operating roadmap. And you can also, it interfaces with the Division of Revenue and Enterprise Services, which is part of the Treasury Department, where you would form and register a business. So you can do that through the Navigator, and it just interfaces with the other site to create that. And it also creates a customized tax calendar for your business based on the information that you've provided. So it is a nice tool, even for an existing business. It's a nice tool to create your own roadmap and kind of look through that to make sure that you've covered all the aspects. There's about 50 different industries represented there, but you can always click on other and you'll get a general guide. But if you have a specific industry, they will go into the licensing for that industry and so on. So there is it's a great tool, and you can do multiple businesses, by the way. I actually have 3 different, basically fictitious businesses in that system so that I can use it. Everything from a nonprofit to an LLC and a corporation. So one of the things we do is we help you find a variety of different resources. So if you need mentoring and technical assistance, you're going to hear about that today. So I'm not going to go into it, but we partner with the organizations that provide that assistance. Financial resources. I already mentioned the Economic Development Authority. They have some financial resources for you, some lending opportunities. They also have a few opportunities for grants. So a qualified location that a lease has been signed in the last 2 years, you may be able to get a lease incentive grant. If you have similar qualifications for the same kind of business, you could get an improvement grant to help pay for up to 50% of improvements or new equipment that you purchase for that business. There's also an e-commerce grant that will pay for some hours with a IT professional that can help you develop an e-commerce platform. So there are some resources out there, and I encourage anyone that is interested in them having a conversation with me, and we can talk about it. We can help you navigate the professional professional licenses and certifications that you need. So, for example, I had a call, the other day from somebody who was a consultant. Well, when you dig a little deeper, you find out that they're helping find staffing for the company. Well, that's a licensed profession. It as a employment agency, or actually personnel services in general, are licensed. So we can help you navigate those licensing. There's about 1,100 licenses from various different agencies. A lot of businesses do not require a license, but there are some that do. So if you have a question on that, whether or not you're working in a regulated field, reach out to us. We can help you navigate that. Procurement assistant. You want to become a government contractor? I can talk to you about some of the basics on that, how to get started, where to go to get some assistance with that, and also how to get certifications as a small business, a minority or women-owned business, veteran-owned business, service-disabled veteran-owned business, LGBTQ plus business, and also a socially and economically owned business enterprise, which is the newest of the certifications that we offer. I help people navigate, first of all, identify what those requirements are to qualify for that, and then help them get through the process of making the application. And I have a great relationship with that team. So if you needed, for example, something expedited, because it can take a little while for them to do a review, and because you have a license that you're applying for, or financing you're applying for, that may get a benefit from having one of these certifications, I can try to help you get that expedited. So I mentioned technical assistance up front because we do offer technical assistance referrals to the same people that are on the call today. So I'm not going to go into anything detailed here, except to mention that Apex Accelerator is a technical assistance program. Formerly, it used to be called the Procurement Technical Assistance Centers, that is specifically available for people that want to get into government procurement. Some of the other organizations listed here also provide that kind of assistance, but that's another technical assistance program that is not available. That is not on the call today. So I want to mention that, and I list here some of the services that they provide to you. And again, I'm going to let them speak for themselves when they talk about that. One of the latest things that we've added to our brochures is New Jersey Small Business Manual. This is a 30-page document that was created basically from data that's on the business.nj.gov website, and we now have it available in both English and Spanish. It's available for download. You can download an electronic copy, or you can order a printed copy that we will send to you. So this is a great new sort of reference for a business owner, especially a inexperienced or a new business owner, to keep handy and refer to it for your basic questions about starting a business. So this is a great new tool that we've been offering now for the last several months. So this is my contact information, Donald.Newman at sos.nj.gov. That's my direct phone number. And then again, you can always call 1-800-JERSEY-7, 1-800-JERSEY-7, business.nj.gov for the live chat, or the Business Action Center. I should update that slide. That URL will work, but a more simplified is just nj.gov/state/BAC. I'll have to update that slide. But you're always welcome to reach out to me. I love having conversations with business owners about what their plans are, what their product is, and what I try to do is to listen and then get you what you need. You'll notice I said what you need, not necessarily what you asked me for, because sometimes those are not the same thing. But that's what I'm really good at, frankly. And I'm very willing to talk to anyone that has an issue or just wants to bounce an idea off of. So I'm happy to do that for you. So I was trying to be short and sweet on my presentation, but I look forward to answering your questions at the end. That's my favorite part of these kinds of webinars. So thank you very much.
Well, thank you very, very much, Don. And there are questions in the Q&A for you. I have left some of those questions there for you, so please go forth and take care of those questions. I now would like to introduce Nicole Russell, who is the Education and Marketing Director for the WCEC Women's Business Center. She is responsible for overseeing the education programs and the digital marketing efforts of the Women's Business Center, and she has been with the WCEC for 9 years and has 12 years of experience in the nonprofit center. So I'd like to now bring up Nicole, and she's going to pull up her slides. And for all the people who joined after we got started with the introduction, please put your Q&A in the Q&A box, and we're going to be answering those questions along the way. I appreciate that. Thank you.
All right. Well, hello, everybody. And thank you so much for inviting the WCEC Women's Business Center to be a part of today's session in this room with amazing New Jersey business owners and all of the amazing resources that I know we work closely with at the WCEC as well. It's an honor to be included. I really want to echo what Donald said. I love what you said about please reach out to me. I love having conversations with you as well. If you call our office, the number is here. We will do our best to answer all of the phone calls as they come in. If we don't make that personal connection with you as you're calling, please leave us a voicemail. We do listen to them and we will reach out to you. You can reach out to me directly with my email right here. And this information will be provided to you in a slide later on as well if you're not able to capture it here. We are an SBA funded women's business center. So we are an SBA resource partner. And we are a part of a national network of independently operated women's business centers across the country. There's about 150 independently operated women's business centers. Our location is in northern New Jersey in Chatham. And we do have a sister women's business center down in Camden as well. So for us, we do have 3 main service areas that I wanted to sort of focus on with you today. All of our services and programs are free or low cost. We try to subsidize as much of the cost as we can for our small business owner community. Our programs and services are open to women and men. We don't discriminate and everyone is welcome to participate. If you see something that you feel would benefit your business, please feel free to join us. Here in these first 2 sections over here, classes and business counseling, you'll see we offer these at various days of the week, times of the day, different topic areas as well. We have a pretty large network of business counselors and instructors, and we work with startups and established business owners. We often get asked, do you do any networking? Do you do any events? And the answer is yes. So we'll talk a little bit about that as well. We try to focus on educational panels, and we also host an annual business pitch competition. So you'll see me anytime I talk about our classes as the education director smiling from ear to ear because this is one of my favorite things to talk about. We offer probably at least 1 webinar per week, sometimes 3, 4, or 5 webinars per week. So this is just a really quick snapshot of the webinars that we're offering right now that are currently posted to the schedule. You'll see that some of these might be geared more towards businesses that haven't started yet or in that very beginning startup phase, things like grants and loans. What's on our radar and how do you apply for that? Or something maybe like the business plan development series. This is a 4-week series and a good example of a class where we do charge a fee. You'll see that some of our classes here are a lower fee, or perhaps something like this, a series, it has a higher fee attached to it. I really emphasize this because I never want a fee to discourage you from exploring the option of having this class in your pocket if you want it. So when you click on something like this, sometimes the opportunity for a scholarship will be available because, again, we try to subsidize as much of our programming as we can for our small business owner community. So again, we do offer scholarships for some of these programs. Some of the classes you'll see are maybe geared more towards those who have already started their business and they want to explore growing that business, something like getting your Google business profile, getting listed on Google Maps, or understanding the data and analytics behind your online presence. Just to break down really quick what I think our unique areas of focus are. When we talk to clients, the topics that we're hounded for the most are e-commerce, digital marketing, and AI. There just can't be enough of these topics available, and we understand that. So we've dedicated a lot of time and effort into finding the subject matter experts to discuss these topics with you, to teach on niche areas under these topics as well. You'll see, again, frequent webinars about 1 hour in length because we know nobody wants to sit for too much longer than an hour. And we also, for the most part, have our subject matter experts or SMEs that are teaching these classes as one-on-one business counselors available to you as well. So under e-commerce, you'll see topics like building a Wix website or a WordPress website, e-commerce photography, adding payment systems to your website, or even selling on social media platforms like Instagram. Under digital marketing, you'll find topics like our 6-week digital marketing series, where we really cover things like, all the basics of your online presence and boosting your online presence for your business, really owning how your business is presented to those who might be searching for it. And this covers SEO, your website copy, etc. Then one-off topics include things like Canva, social media, blogging, search engine optimization, and Google. Under AI, you'll find things like just demystifying AI, because I think everybody is at least interested in learning more about it, but there is a lot of fear behind using AI as well. So what platforms are available to you? What are the pros and cons, and how might this be of assistance to your business? We talk about ChatGPT Plus, and then AI within existing platforms that you might already be using, like Canva. And then we even dive deeper into things like, I want to start a blog, but how can I use AI to perhaps generate some ideas for my blog or generate an outline for a blog post? And of course, with AI, we always want to make sure that we're setting you up for success. So we talk about the pros and the cons. We talk about how you might be able to protect yourself out there online when you're using these platforms, and give the human touch to the items that are being generated by these platforms as well. For our more established business owners, we host an annual 13-week virtual business accelerator called Growth Venture. We do have an application and interview process for this program because we always like to make sure that this is a good fit for you and your business goals, and that everybody is pretty much at a similar level of readiness to grow their existing business. They're generating revenue and beyond the basics. And the goal here is to walk away with improved profitability and financial plans, an actionable strategy, accountability for your goals, and a vetted peer advisory group as well. There we go. And so on to that second focus area or program area of ours is business counseling. Business counseling is virtual, it's one-on-one, and we pair you with somebody from our network of subject matter experts based on your specific needs or industry. Topics include anything that we've already seen before in my slides here: business plans, marketing plans, sales, branding, lending, SEO, etc. The list goes on, but we will try our best to find that subject matter expert for you. And quite frankly, if we can't assist you, we will try to find somebody else who can. And often that means making referrals to other partners that are on today's call that you're going to hear from as well. You'll sign up for business counseling through our website. There's a short request form, and no credit card information is asked for or anything like that. You just request counseling and tell us what you're interested in talking about. Your first hour is always at no cost to you. We want to make sure that you work well in a one-on-one setting. This is suitable for your business goals and needs as well. And after that, generally speaking, business counseling is going to be $25 an hour through the WCEC. I say generally speaking because there are exceptions to that. It's not a hard and fast rule. Again, when we can, we try to subsidize those costs to you if possible. So if at any point in time you have questions, you can always request that counseling, get that free hour of business counseling, and go from there. And for our events, we do have some panel events that we scatter throughout the year, mostly online and centered around a topic like funding or digital tools or something like that. This is our next in-person event, our annual business pitch competition, which is during Small Business Week on Thursday, May 8th in Livingston, New Jersey. There are cash prizes for the 5 finalists who will be pitching their businesses that day. And there's networking before, during, and after with community stakeholders and resource partners like lenders, grantors, CPAs, lawyers, etc. There's also WCEC client vendor tables, and you can see a little bit of that over here where people are bringing their products and services to the group as the pitches are happening and throughout the day. It's about a 3-hour event, so there's a good amount of time for meeting everyone in the room. And I do have here the link that our pitch applications are open. I will just note that the applications are due on Monday. So this is a pretty tight turnaround for anybody who might be considering this particular pitch competition. Just, you know, perhaps tight timing on this presentation, but maybe you want to attend, get the lay of the land, scope things out, and join us next year. That's always a possibility as well. Our room is usually filled with about 120 people, so it's a good networking opportunity. And again, I encourage everyone to please feel free to reach out to our office. You can email me directly with your questions. You can call our office, leave us voicemails. If for some reason you don't get the human being on the phone, we will return that voicemail. It's our goal to be approachable, friendly, and helpful to all of New Jersey's small business owners. So I hope that we hear from you soon.
Thank you very much, Nicole. I really appreciate your presentation. And you have given people a lot of opportunities for participating, for counseling and mentorship. And you will hear through the presentations that we have today that there's a lot of overlap between all of the organizations. You will hear that there's overlap between SCORE, which is up next, and then the Small Business Development Centers as well as with the Business Action Center and with the WCEC. But we all work very closely together. And as Nicole indicated, we refer each other, clients, to be able to be helpful to you if we can't be helpful to you at the time. So that I think is very, very important for all of you to know. There's no wrong door. There's only everyone is available to help you with your answering your questions. And so now up is Jane Meyer. Jane is a volunteer with SCORE, and she currently serves as a mentor to the Central Jersey Chapter and Workshop Committee Chair and New Jersey District Director of Strategic Relationships. She's been active with SCORE since 2014, serving in many capacities. And she spent 40 plus years in business, including working for a Fortune 500 company, a nonprofit trade association, and a woman-owned small business. So Jane is a very experienced SCORE mentor. So now I'd like to bring up Jane.
You're making me feel pretty old here. Thank you. And I want to thank BAC and Don and Melanie for inviting SCORE here today. This is great. I love working with our partners. And so I'm just going to share a little bit about the SCORE organization. SCORE's been around for a long time. Over 60 years, even though you may not have heard of us. We don't have big advertising budgets. We don't have any advertising budgets. So we work a lot at the local level and try to get the word out about the availability of SCORE. But we are also a resource partner with the Small Business Administration, like our sister organizations, the Women's Center and SBDC. Our mission is the same as SBA's. We're here to help small business get started, to grow and to prosper. And we do that work through mentoring and education. So even though we're not publicized on your local TV station or in your feeds, we've helped over 11 million people since we've been small businesses since we've been formed. We are a volunteer organization, so all of us work for free, and we love that. It's our way to give back. We have over 10,000 volunteers across the U.S. and 240 chapters across the U.S. So just a little piece of what we did in 23 was that we helped over 31,000 new businesses get started, and those new businesses created over 152,000 total jobs. So we are having an impact in your local communities. I have something covering me. We have 7 chapters in New Jersey. New Jersey is a very active SCORE state, and over 400 volunteers in New Jersey. So if you're looking to work with somebody in your local area, we have a chapter, probably have a chapter close to you, and you can go to their websites and look at their chapter specifically and some specific services that chapter offers, as well as take a look at their mentors in the chapter. Or you can go to our nationwide website, which is just score.org, and you can get anything you need right at that website. We serve small businesses, any small businesses, for-profits as well as nonprofit businesses. And we do that at any stage of your business. So if you're somebody and just thinking about starting a business, we would be happy to talk you through that and see if that business might be viable. If you've already started a business, you have a good business idea and you want it, and you've already started, but you're kind of stuck. Sometimes people come to us and say, I registered my business, but I don't know what to do next. We can help you with that. We can help you get registered. We can help you take your business to the next stage. If you've been in business for a long time and are doing great, but then maybe have a problem with some particular marketing, maybe, or a financial issue, we can do that. And then, once you've grown your business and you're going to make your millions of dollars and sell your business or transition it to someone else, we can help you close, transition, or sell your businesses well. So any stage of your business, we are there to help you. We have 3 services that we provide. I think the most important thing we do is mentoring, again, for free with volunteers, anybody who wants to start or is in a business. We have lots of training and materials, and most of those are through webinars. I'm going to share some of those with you, and lots of educational resources that you could use. Probably any topic that you're looking for, we have some kind of a resource, an article, a blog, a webinar that would help you with that. And all of these services are available at score.org. We'll take a look at mentoring. If you go to score.org and go to find a mentor, you'll come to this page. If you're looking for someone to work directly with you, put in your zip code, and you can find that will refer you to a local chapter close to you and match you with somebody in that chapter that can work with you. That's the zip code. That's the location. Also on the same website, you could search for a mentor who has a particular skill set. Maybe you're in the healthcare and want to open a business in healthcare. So you could search for a mentor nationwide that has experience in the healthcare arena. So you can search for a local mentor. You can search for a nationwide mentor that's more topic industry specific. Very easy. All you have to do is go there. You'll get a form to fill out, which is like 3 or 4 questions about your contact information and what you're looking for. It's just very, very simple. And then you'll be matched with someone. Our SCORE mentors, in order to be a SCORE mentor, you have to have broad business experience. So we have mentors from all areas of business, finance, marketing, operations, HR, anything that you can think of. We also have mentors coming out of specific industries. Like I said, you might want somebody in the healthcare industry or somebody in the construction or in the food industry. How do I start a food truck? So we have mentors that have both industry specific and then broad business experience. And how we like to work as mentors is building you a team. You might come to a mentor like myself that I have experience in marketing. I do a lot of marketing work. And then we work together, and then we run into an area where we're going to have to dig deeper into finances. I can help you basically, but if we're going deep into finances, then I'll pull somebody in, a colleague who has that expertise in finances, and they'll be part of your team as well. We are mentors, which means that we guide you. We work with you, we advise you, we guide you. We do not do the work. So it comes down to our guidance with you making the decisions for your business, and you completing that work. The one thing, we cannot provide specific tax, legal, or financial advice. But again, we can guide you on that. So if you were working with the SCORE mentor who's an attorney, that attorney can give you lots of guidance about how to find an attorney for your business, questions to ask, some basic issues around whatever topic you're looking at, can give you lots of really good guidance, but could not be your attorney or give you legal advice. And that's just legally, we can't do that. But we're there to give you all the background in the other areas that we can. We mentor in probably any topic you can think of. A lot of the SCORE clients come to us at the early stages of their business, either with a business idea or just a startup and then needing help going forward. So we can do that. We help a lot of people with business plans, which is coming up with that roadmap for your business. A lot of times we refer people and work with the BAC navigator and help people work through that, the business plan on the backside. Lot of clients come because of marketing. They've started their business, but now they need marketing and finance, basic finance. Are there resources out there for funding? How do I plan my finances, grants, that kinds of things. Other topics, anything you can think of, people come to us, but we do a lot of work at the beginning stages of business development. Our training and support is business education on our score.org website. I just pulled a couple of quick screenshot. We have webinars on, again, any topic you can think of. We give, I don't know, at least 4 or 5 webinars a week. And then anything that's live gets moved over to our resource page, and you can still review those webinars. 2 of them that are coming up right now are using productivity tools in your business on March 11th and using AI. Like Nicole said, anything AI is a hot topic these days. We're doing an AI to grow your business on March 13th. But again, you can search for those webinars, and you can search and fine-tune your search down to the specific thing that you're looking for. And then educational resources under the heading of business templates, all the resources that you might need for your business. We have a large resource library that has papers and articles and templates. If you're looking for templates, business plan templates, lots of financial templates to help you get started. All of our webinars and our online courses are available. Articles, data. We have a SCORE newsletter that you can subscribe to as well. And again, all these are for free. So we would say just get started today. Wherever you are in your business journey, we can meet you there and help you take your business to the next level. If you want to get a mentor, which is a good place to start, just go to score.org, find a mentor, do the quick online form. It'll take you to 3 minutes. And that goes into our system, and a mentor, then you'll be matched with a mentor and they will contact you within 48 hours. Then you and that mentor will set a date, a time to meet. Most of our mentoring these days is done virtually through Zoom, although we can meet in person as well if that's what the client wants. And you can go forward with a mentor for as long as you want. There's no charge for our mentoring services. The client is always in charge of the mentoring. So if you have a specific question, you meet with the mentor, that mentor answers your question, and that takes care of your issue, then that's it, you're done. If you want to meet with a mentor on a regular basis and move through a lot of business issues, that's fine too. I have clients that I've been mentoring for 2 or 3 years. Sometimes our clients just like to use us as a sounding board, back and forth whenever they run into something. So really the client, you are in charge of the mentoring process, and we will work with you to do what we need to do to help you along. And that's
Thank
it.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Jane. Really appreciate it. I think that everyone can see that we have great experts that are speaking with you today, and that they all have phenomenal websites that are chock full of valuable information. And now, last but not least, is our final speaker, Kelly Brosnia. She is the CEO and State Director of the New Jersey Small Business Development Center, America's SBDC. And she is someone who has been working as the State Director for 5 years, but over 25 years with the SBDC network. So she's a wealth of information. And we love partnering with Kelly and her team, which is statewide. So I bring on Kelly.
Thanks, Melanie. So welcome, everybody, and really pleased to be here. And I won't say last but not least, but we have a lot of really great information to share with you. And just, again, a little bit on my background. I've been with the New Jersey SBDC for going on 5 years here. And prior to that, over 25 years in Colorado and in South Texas prior to that. So I've been part of the SBDC family for a very long time. I've owned my own business. I've started a nonprofit. I've managed nonprofits. So, it's really important to make sure that people that we have within our network understand what the small businesses are going through. And please understand that we go by SBA standards of small business, which is 500 or less employees, which is just about everybody in the state of New Jersey, which is 97% of all businesses. So what I want to make sure is that I have an opportunity to, let's see if I can change my slide there, to show everybody the depth of the SBDC program. As Melanie mentioned, we are statewide. We are in every single county. We have 10 hubs, I'll call them hubs, but we cover all of the counties. We've been in New Jersey now for over, well, the SBDC program in New Jersey's been, now it's going over 47 years. One of the original pilot programs of the SBDC started in New Jersey through SBA. So again, we are one of the partners with the Women's Centers, with SCORE, with the VBOX, which is Veteran Business Outreach Centers, Apex Centers, which is the procurement technical assistant providers that Don mentioned earlier. We partner with all of them, and we all work together in synergy to make sure that we're providing the best resources to you. Because sometimes it's confusing on what is that right resource for you. So what I'd like to talk a little bit about the SBDC and how we are a public-private partnership. So we get federal funds from SBA. We get state funds that we partner directly with the BAC, the Business Action Center. And then we also get local funds. We have over 10 centers that are located within higher education institutions. Rutgers Business School is the statewide host of the SBDC in New Jersey. However, we partner with all of the other institutions as well. NJIC, NJCU, TCNJ, Stockton, Fairleigh Dickinson, and it goes on and on. We do have 3 locations out of the Rutgers office, which is in Newark, New Brunswick, as well as in Camden. And again, as I mentioned, you can see the map that I'm showing. We did use the statewide designation of North, Central, and South Jersey. Do not shoot the messenger if you don't believe that these are the boundaries of each of these areas. Just going by what the state put out there. So we again try to be a really good partner with everybody. So this is our locations and in all of the institutions that we partner with as well. And as a matter of fact, in some of the areas, Vintage City is a satellite office that we work that's in Elizabeth to make sure that we're covering Union and Somerset counties. So one of the things I did want to talk about, and that's I think a little bit different than some of our partners that we have, is we run multiple grants all in line and in synergy with each other. So we have what's called NJ Thrives, which is small business webinars that we put on once a week. We market those, we put those on, and they're recorded. So if anybody wants to go to our website, which I'll give you the website at the end, you can, there's over 170 recorded webinars that we already have on there on all sorts of topics that you might, between starting, growing, technology, and I'll talk a little bit about some of our other specialties that we're doing as well that are recorded and going on our website as well. We also run a tech program, a technology program. We help businesses with grant applications for the SBIR and STTR grant applications. So small business innovative research or small tech transfer. Tech transfer typically is something that's a spinoff with the university system into small businesses. But small business innovative research could be any business, a minimum of 3 years in business. And we actually help you with your grant application with going with a government agency. So it could be Department of Energy, could be Department of Defense, could be Health and Sciences. So we will actually help you migrate through that system. And we also, through a partnership with CSIT, which is a state agency that provides the match for our technology grant that we get, which by the way, is funded by SBA as well. We actually have so there are 3 phases that we work with. Phase 1 is the idea phase, kind of a concept. You have an idea, you have a concept, and we actually help put that on paper for you. Then the next stage is actually bringing it to market, or prototype, creating a prototype to bring then to market. But we've gone into a venture with 0 phase. So anybody that's never been part of the SBIR tech program before, we actually have grant writers that will actually help a business with writing their grants. We don't do much like what was mentioned earlier. We don't do for you, we mentor you, guide you in the way, but we actually have that expertise in the grant writers that can help you with that as well. The other program is SSBCI, is a program that's designed, and we have several pillars on that. One is a resource pillar, but the one I really want to talk about is the legal pillar. So we have kicked off for the last 3 months legal workshops for people. And I know most of my partners here and the Business Action Center will help with startups, will help with getting your business started, getting registered, things like that. We actually have a lawyer that will actually talk about legal formation of starting your business, things that you need to think about, things that you should be aware of. And again, this is a webinar setting, so they're giving you the information. They're not giving you legal advice. So I want to make sure that you understand that, but they'll give you pros and cons of which entity might be the right fit for you. The next one that we did was intellectual property, IP. And again, all of these are recorded. So if you didn't get a chance to attend any of these, it's on our website. You can see those recordings and watch them at your leisure. So intellectual property was the second one. And then we just did one literally yesterday with over 500 attendees. and it was on contract negotiations. What is the best language that you need and how you need to go into contract negotiations in order to set up agreements? We think that these are really valuable for businesses to be aware of, because you never know when you're going to need to get into a contract with people. And any contract is better than no contract, but we want to make sure that we brought attorneys on board that can actually provide you with that legal expertise. Lastly, on just this piece to it, the capital team. We've put in place a group of individuals that are experts, former bankers, they're CPAs, that actually will help with getting you over big projects. So if you're looking to purchase a building, if you're looking at debt to equity, if you're looking at all sorts of different types of lending to your business to get you into that building or to grow that business, whatever it might be, we actually have a capital team that can help with that as well. So I wanted to make sure that those are like sort of big highlights. Another thing that we are focusing on is everybody's talking about AI. We're all having a little piece of that pie of AI. The SBDC has gone into a partnership with Google in creating these AI academies. And so this is going to be open to the public shortly. Please stay tuned. March 21st, we're actually doing a partnership webinar with Google on cybersecurity. So two things. AI is one thing, but we're also tapping into cybersecurity. And that's something that we're growing as well. Do you have a website? Do you realize that you could be hacked? Do you sell or buy items online? You need to make sure that you're protected, and that's with the cyber things. So we wanted to make sure, again, that we're being proactive of what the needs of the businesses are, not reactive, because sometimes it's kind of like a disaster. You don't need a disaster plan until there's a disaster, right? We want to set you guys up for success. One thing I do want to make sure, and again, talking about all of our partners that we have here, the SBDC program, listen, there's no ego here. We are not the be all end all, but what we like to say is that we're the hub of resources. Come to us, let us holistically evaluate your business, and then we will seamlessly get you to that right resource. This is a perfect pictorial of how we are a little bit of a hub and spoke. We partner with everybody throughout the state. Higher education, our resource partners and government agencies, business associations, all chambers of commerce, economic development organizations, small and mid-sized businesses. And again, I go back to that educational institutions. Are these partners all great? We refer a lot to the women's centers. We refer to to SCORE as well. And I know there was a question that was in there. Well, how do I know which is the right resource, and who do I go to? Who is the right person for me to go to? Quite honestly, it's really your preference. It's what's convenient to you. It's what's easiest for you. And it's what you think that you're going to gain the best resources from. Keep in mind, too, that we also do a referral back and forth. So if we at the SBDC don't have the talent, but we know SCORE or the women's centers do, we will seamlessly get you to that right resource to make sure that you have not a soft handoff, but a hard handoff with direct contact information. Because we also do recognize that one of the most frustrating things is go to this website and then they go to the website and nobody answers the phone or nobody responds to an email. We will get you that direct contact that you can reach out to. So again, what do? We do three things really great. One-on-one consulting, all at no cost. All of our consulting is all at no cost. Training events, we do no cost to low cost. Majority of those at no cost. It just depends if there's a lunch involved, things like that. There might be a minimal cost that's involved. And then resources. So consulting, training, webinars, and resources. Those are the three things that we do really well. And again, we work with startups, we work with existing, we work with growth. But one of the things that I want to make sure I also mention is we bring experts from the community to serve the community. We work with a contractor model. So if we find that there's a new need that's out there, we're going to bring that talent on board to make sure that we have that resource for you. We also make sure that we have resources in all languages. We do it in English, we do it in Spanish, we have consultants that speak Portuguese, Arabic, Hebrew. We've got the gamut. And if there is a language that we don't have, we will acquire that language to make sure that you hear it in whatever format you need to be your comfort level. But please, again, know that all of our events are open to everybody, even our women's events. We appreciate men to show up at our women's events as well. So we offer all of our training, consulting, all of our resources are open to the general public and open to everybody. But again, just going back to marketing, people come to us for a couple things. They need capital and they need marketing help. And I'm gonna chunk in marketing with social media, cybersecurity, all of that, because they all play hand in hand with each other. And again, helping businesses with their business plan, their loan proposal packages to go to the bank or to go to that lending institution. I will tell you there, I know I saw in some of the questions, there's a lot of people that are looking for grants out there. There's not a lot of grants that are available at free money that's out there anymore. EDA does have some programs that are available, that are grants that are still available, but I know people are looking for grants to start businesses. There really are not grants out there to start businesses. I'm just going to be honest with you. However, what we can do is help you find the right resource to get that business started, to find the right entity that's going to be the best fit for you. And again, some of our special training workshops that we do, international, veterans, we have cohorts with our veteran businesses, certifications will help with businesses to get certified, women-owned, veteran-owned, small business certified. And then, of course, we do all of our partnerships with chambers, small business associations, and other business associations, as I mentioned in that hub and spoke model. So again, some of the state certifications and the federal certifications are listed here that we can assist with as well. But again, a lot of the things that we help is to help on the procurement side, identify the opportunities. Get your certifications in there, get your women-owned, get your small business certification, your veteran certification, because that opens up different doors with government contracting and state contracting opportunities. So here's some interesting, areas to consider of some of the websites that you could go to: nj.gov, sam.gov, fbo.gov, grants.gov, all of those. So please know, and I believe that these slides are going to be shared with everybody. And again, please make sure that you tap into those industry newsletters. We have a newsletter that you can subscribe to by going to our website, but also all of these industries have newsletters as well to get good information. And again, I won't go too much into government contracting, but federal, state contracting, there's really, really great opportunities there for you. So one of the things, again, I like to just kind of reflect on some of the impact that we have had in the last several years that we've done. Over 150 million, we've helped businesses access capital. 8,100, almost 8,200 businesses that we've advised. Almost 32,000 hours of consulting. Job supported, which means that businesses that come to us with jobs, and if they didn't get our resources, they maybe would have had to lay those people off. So over almost 147,000 businesses supported, 814 starts, 2,100 jobs created. We've done close to 600 training events and on and on. So I think that it's really important for people to understand the depth that we have, and you too could be part of these numbers. Everything is anonymous. We don't give out your contact information. We don't give out your business information. Everything we do is confidential and does not get released. SBA doesn't even get your contact information. So it's all confidential. So I want to thank you. And if you go to njsbdc.com, that's our main website. You can access all of the webinars there, all the resources we have there. We have links to our partners as well as if you go to njsbdc.com/request counseling, that's where you would register, much like SCORE. It's all automated. You put in your name, in your zip code, and it automatically populates to the center that's closest to you, the county. And we do everything pretty much by county, by the regions that I showed you in that map. So I'm here to answer any questions and happy to be here today and provide these resources to you. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Kelly. And I want to thank Don and Jane and Nicole for being with us today and for providing such phenomenal information. As you can tell, there is a lot of overlap, but there's areas where each organization goes in depth. And it's a question of making choices and calling an organization and seeing if they're going to provide you with what it is that you need. And then you can always go to another organization if that one is not giving you what it is you need or may not be in your location. And so I'd like to see the questions and see if we've been able to answer all the questions. So we have 12 open questions. We have someone who is an engineer who wants to provide AI automation for other businesses and wants to know if there are resources available to their business for networking events. So I basically can answer that by letting you know that almost every one of the organizations has networking events. And the Business Action Center has a networking events, which Don did not mention, but we have our Resources for Growth event where we have all of the major vendors who are there to provide services from state government. And we have one coming up in Bergen County, probably in April. And so you can sign up for our newsletter so that you can get information about our Resources for Growth. But you can sign up for the newsletter of really all of the organizations so that you can find out about all of their information. Don.
Yeah, first of all, you read my mind because that's the reason why I selected that one for answering live, because I wanted to promote the the Resources for Growth event. So you read my mind on that one. But the other thing I wanted to point out is the question was about the networking events so that you can generate leads for your business. That's a marketing strategy. So you take advantage of the SCORE and the SBDCs and so on to develop a more comprehensive marketing strategy that may include doing those kinds of events. But I always want to make sure that you understand that that should be only a piece of what you do. You might want, and I'm not going to do this online, but you might want to also have a social media presence or come up with some other marketing strategies for moving forward. So work with the partners that are on the screen here today and develop a marketing strategy and go from there.
Thank you, Don. So someone is basically saying they're looking to open a childcare center and they're finding it hard to get funding as a new business. I think that question was really answered by Kelly in that money for new businesses is really not available. You have to have been in business for some time before you usually are going to be eligible for funding. But there are marketing strategies. And so this might be an opportunity for you to connect with a mentor at SCORE or Kelly, who has her hand up, that someone from her organization might be able to help as well. Kelly.
So I just wanted to add in there, during the pandemic, EDA was offering some programming for childcare. They may still be doing something with childcare. That might be something to look into, but it is something that we are completely vested in with helping, whether you're a small, medium, or large childcare center. Just reach out to us at the NJBAC and we could definitely look at options for you and how we might be able to help you.
Yeah, and I can answer that question real quick. So the first phase of their childcare centers funding was for improvements and new equipment that you're purchasing for a childcare facility, and that would have been a licensed childcare facility. They are now in the process of doing a phase 2, which is focused on the childcare facilities that take care of 5 or fewer children in your home. Very, very unique because most home-based businesses are not going to qualify for grant financing for anything, and especially improvements, because we're not paying for your new roof on your homes because you're a childcare facility. But this program is for applying for equipment and improvements in the that is associated to the childcare in your home. So that's phase 2. I don't know if there's going to be a phase 3 or what that phase 3 may look at like, but Kelly's right. The EDA does have some programs for childcare facilities.
So here's a very important question that someone has asked. What is the impact on all of your agencies with the federal chaos and confusion going on? I think that we want to allay your fears that the SBA right now is very solid. They have a new director, and the director is very supportive of the SBA funding for small businesses. And so the SCORE is funded through the SBA. Kelly is also funded through the SBA. And so are the women's business centers. The Business Action Center is not funded through the SBA. We are funded by state government. So none of us are going away. Yes, there is a lot of confusion. And yes, there's concerns about the tariffs and the impact that's going to have on industry. And so if you have questions along those lines about the impact that the tariff may have on your business, that's something you can call the Business Action Center, where we have our Office of Export Promotion, who is helping to answer those questions. I hope I answered that question. And so let's see, what else do we have here? The question is, do we work with Amazon sellers? Basically, don't we work with everyone? I say we work with everyone.
Jane answered that came in twice, and Jane answered that in another chat. But
Okay.
but I'll let her take over and give the answer.
We SCORE has mentors who know about Amazon, selling on Amazon. So you could go to score.org and say that you want to work with a mentor who has Amazon expertise. I gave a specific person in my answer in our chapter who does have Amazon experience. So you could go there. And I think the women's centers, maybe I'm speaking out of turn, might have counselors or classes on that as well.
Yes, we do. We have business counselors and instructors. We partner with Amazon through their small business department to host webinars for the WCEC as well. So those are a great opportunity to go and ask your questions directly to Amazon employees and get some answers.
Okay, we have another question about someone who's struggling to start a small home fragrance body care business. And I do farmers markets and have an LLC, but I'm overwhelmed with all there is to learn and need help knowing where to start. So Maureen, you could start with any one of these organizations because every one of them has the capacity and the capability of being able to help you specifically. So you could start with the Small Business Development Center. You can start with the Business Action Center. I don't mean to confuse you. You could start with the women's business centers. You could start with SCORE. You could start with any of them. So why don't you actually, I will pick Kelly. So I'll say, why don't you start with Kelly at the Small Business Development Center and see what services that they will be able to offer you. Okay. Did we answer all of the questions? Has everyone gone through?
I saw a question
Nicole.
about public speaking. Yeah, I saw a question about public speaking. I'll put it in as an official answer as well. I'm sure SCORE and SBDC and everyone else can assist with this, but we do a lot of public speaking classes, whether that's a one-on-one kind of speaking opportunity, like a sales meeting that you might have, or practicing your elevator pitch. So we offer a lot of classes in one-on-one business counseling as well for that. So I'll put that in the chat, but I just wanted to make sure that we touch base on it.
Okay, that's great, Nicole. Thank you very much. Kelly.
I just wanted to add, and one resource partner that's not on here that may help with some of those soft skills is the workforce centers. So a lot of the workforce centers will put on trainings as well for soft skills for businesses to help with their employees as well. So just know that there are other resources out there as well. And again, we can connect you with the right resource that's going to benefit you if we don't offer it. One of these resource partners don't offer it, but don't negate the fact that the workforce centers has funding. They do training as well, and they're a great resource in the communities. And I believe they're in every county as well, or there's a workforce center that covers all of the counties.
Right. Dawn.
I just wanted to comment. I did see two people that asked about nonprofits. Most of these organizations, I believe all of them, do work with nonprofits. We also, there are some unique resources that are available for nonprofits. Believe it or not, one of the great ones is the state library. So if you want to discuss nonprofits and management of nonprofits, I'm happy to have that conversation, and you can go to any of these resources as well.
Right. So I think that did we get to all the questions, or did we answer the questions in the chat pretty much?
Yeah,
I
the only one, yeah, we did. And I just want to add one thing, and on top of what Kelly was talking about grants. If you're looking to finance your business, you're looking for working capital to finance your business, don't even bother looking at grants. They're not there. If you're looking for something specific, so grants, I mentioned 2 grants that are incentives to get you to improve your building or incentives to get you to sign a lease. That's what a grant does. It gives you an incentive to do something that you may not do on your own without that incentive. And that's a good way to think about grants. It's not a way to finance a business that you're going to be disappointed. But if you want to upgrade your utility, your heating and air conditioning system, if you want, there's a grant for that. If you want to go to the fancy food show, which I mentioned, there may be a grant for that to help you do that. So that's really the way to think about grants. Specific grants are, the grants are specific to something the state or the federal government has decided they wanted to give you an incentive to do, not a financing tool. That's why we separate the two from financing to incentive.
So one of the things that I'd like to emphasize is the fact that these are all organizations that we have on here today who provide you with the support and the guidance that you need in order to start your business, grow your business, and are in part funded by the SBA or by the state of New Jersey. The one organization that is not on here today is the Economic Development Authority. And the Economic Development Authority is who we turn to when we're talking about looking for possible funding for the businesses. And the EDA, as it's fondly called, does provide those funding opportunities. And we will, all of us, have the capacity and the knowledge to be able to refer you to the EDA if there is a grant or funding opportunity that is going to be right for you. So do not fear that we are all knowledgeable about those opportunities and can refer you to them. So I know that that's what people think about the most, is how am I going to be getting the funding that I need? And so we can help with referrals to the EDA when it's appropriate. Any final questions? I think we've got them handled. And I really want to thank our panelists today, who are absolutely terrific. And we love working with all of you. It's a wonderful cooperative relationship that we all have. And that's the reason that we wanted to bring you all of us today, so that you could see the types of services that each one provides. And remember that you're going to be getting the slides, and you're also going to be getting a copy of this presentation. So, and with that, if anybody has any last final comments, if not, then I thank everyone once again, and we will see you around in the state. Take care.